My name is Elena. I am 34 years old. I have a husband named Daniel, and we have a son named Leo, who is 8 years old. We have lived together for more than 10 years. Our life was not rich or perfect, but it was peaceful and full of love. Every morning, we woke up together, shared breakfast, talked about our plans, and laughed as a family. Daniel was kind, gentle, and caring. He always supported me, and he loved Leo deeply. I trusted him completely. I believed he would never hurt me. In my heart, I felt safe with him, and I thought our life would always stay this way. Our days were simple but meaningful. On weekdays, Daniel went to work while I managed the home and helped Leo with school. In the evenings, we sat together, shared stories, and sometimes watched movies. On weekends, we went to the park or stayed at home, cooking and laughing together. Leo loved both of us, and we tried our best to give him a happy childhood. I believed that love, trust, and respect were the foundation of our family, and I never imagined that one moment could shake everything we had built. One Saturday evening, everything began to change. Daniel told me he was going out with his colleagues. He said it would be a small gathering and that he might come home late. I did not feel worried because I trusted him fully. That day, I was feeling tired, so I stayed at home. I made myself some tea and sat quietly on the sofa. The house was calm and silent. There was nothing unusual, nothing to make me feel uneasy. I went to bed early, believing everything was normal. The next morning, I woke up with a strange feeling. It was not something I could explain, but it felt like something was wrong. The house was quiet. Too quiet. Daniel was sitting in the kitchen, looking down, lost in his thoughts. He did not smile or greet me the way he usually did. I walked slowly toward him and asked gently, "Is everything okay?" He hesitated and avoided my eyes. Then he said softly, "Elena, I need to tell you something." At that moment, my heart started beating fast, and a cold fear spread inside me. He took a deep breath and said he had made a mistake the night before. I felt confused and asked him what he meant. He struggled to speak, but finally admitted that he had been drinking and met someone from his past. They talked, and then he crossed a line. I asked him directly what he had done. After a long pause, he said the words that broke me completely: he had kissed her. Time seemed to stop in that moment. I could not believe what I was hearing. My hand started shaking, and my chest felt heavy. I asked him how he could do that to me, how he could betray my trust. He said it meant nothing, that it was just a mistake, that he was drunk and not thinking clearly. But to me, it meant everything. A kiss was not just a kiss. It was a broken promise, a broken trust, a broken part of our life. I felt anger, pain, and disbelief all at once. I raised my voice. I cried. I said things I never thought I would say. My heart felt like it was breaking into pieces. I asked him how it could just happen. He said it was only one time and that he was sorry. But his words did not bring comfort. They only made the pain deeper. I told him to leave. I needed space. I could not stay in the same room with him. He tried to explain, but I could not listen anymore. I opened the door and told him to go. And he left. The house became silent, but that silence felt heavy and painful. I sat alone, trying to understand what had just happened. My mind was full of questions, but there were no answers that could heal my heart. Later, Leo came home. He ran to me happily, unaware of everything. I hugged him tightly and tried to hide my pain. Looking at him, I began to think deeply about life, about love, and about the kind of future I wanted for my child. Should I accept betrayal? Should I forgive easily? Or should I stand strong and protect my dignity? Days passed slowly. Daniel kept calling and sending messages. He said he loved me, that he was sorry, and that he wanted another chance. I did not respond. I needed time. I needed space to think. My heart was still broken, and I could not forget what had happened. His mother also called me and tried to convince me to forgive him. She said that mistakes happen and that I should think about my family. But I could not accept that easily. For me, trust was everything, and once it was broken, it was not easy to rebuild. Daniel continued to visit Leo. He was still a loving father. He played with him, helped him with homework, and spent time with him every weekend. I watched them from a distance. I could see that he truly loved our son. But being a good father did not erase what he had done as a husband. Weeks turned into months. Slowly, I began to notice changes in Daniel. He stopped drinking. He became calmer and more responsible. He respected my space and never forced me to forgive him. He waited patiently and tried to show me through his actions that he had changed. One day, we sat together and talked calmly. He said he knew he had hurt me deeply and that he did not expect immediate forgiveness. He just wanted a chance to prove himself. I listened quietly. My heart was still guarded, but I could see sincerity in his eyes. I told him that love alone was not enough. Trust was more important. If we were to try again, things had to be different. He agreed without hesitation. From that moment, we began a slow and careful journey of rebuilding what we had lost. Trust did not return quickly. It took time, patience, and consistent effort. There were days when I felt hopeful and days when I felt afraid. There were moments when the past came back and hurt me again. But slowly, step by step, things began to improve. Leah was happy to see us together again. His laughter filled the house, bringing warmth and light back into our lives. Daniel continued to show care, respect, and honesty. He did not repeat his mistake. He understood the value of trust. Over time, I realized something important. People can make mistakes, but they can also change. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means choosing to move forward with wisdom and strength. I chose to give our relationship another chance, not because I was weak, but because I was strong enough to try again. Today, our life is not perfect, but it is real and honest. We communicate more, respect each other more, and value what we have. The pain of the past still exists, but it no longer controls our lives. Instead, it reminds us to protect what we have built. In the end, I learned that love is not just about feelings. It is about choices, actions, and commitment. Sometimes, a second chance can heal even the deepest wounds, but only when both people are willing to change, grow, and respect each other. And that is our story, a story of pain, growth, forgiveness, and hope. On my channel, you will find emotional storytelling in simple English, perfect for A1, A2 learners. Step-by-step listening practice to improve comprehension. Vocabulary tips and easy-to-understand moral lessons. Stories that teach life lessons while helping you practice English. Click, listen, and learn with me. Every story is an opportunity to improve your English and experience the world through someone else's eyes. Don't forget to subscribe and join our growing community of learners who love stories and English just as much as you do. Join now and let's learn all about English together.